Today, Saturday, the 17th of May 2025, we have some hand-picked match prediction event to share with you, which of course will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in the list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to have access to even more games with huge odds, as well as having access to our top-notch tutorial classes, then of course you want to make sure to join the Level 2 Pro membership package plan or the Level 3 Master Plan to have access to all of these features to take your winning to the next level. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video. You want to make sure to navigate that link and see how you can also become a member and take the benefit as other members are doing. So without wasting time, let's look at what we have to share with you today. But before we proceed, we want to say congratulations based on yesterday's event, for the win rate was excellent. And of course, we have quick announcement to make before proceeding to the games of today. So let's proceed. If you come here to the front page of our channel here at this section, titled as the home tab, you are going to see that we provide match predictions to members only. As you can see here, we give our top game prediction events like our top 7 upcoming tips, top 5, top 7, and continuously we provide our top upcoming events to members only, which you can take advantage of it with a huge odd. For you to have access to this members only match prediction pick, then you want to make sure to subscribe to the Level 2 Pro membership package plan or the Level 3 Master Plan to have access to all our handpick event to take your winning to the next height. Also, if you become a member of the Level 2 Pro or Level 3, you also have access to top-notch tutorial classes. For example, if you become a member of the Level 2 Pro, you're also going to have access to Level 2 Pro classes with our handpick event at the same time. And these classes will give you access to the live match corner kick strategy we revealed to members only. With this strategy, we provide you with some hand-picked events in terms of corner kicks, and you use it to make consistent wins, just as we have demonstrated in this video tutorial. You're going to see exactly how we do it to see how you can boost your winning. We have a simple trick also to make consistent win, which we have demonstrated here. Never seen match prediction strategy that you have never seen before that will amaze you. This is also very relevant. A straight win and comeback strategy for you, the tactical straight win and 2.5 goal strategy for members only, and a 99% win rate strategy for you. So once you subscribe to the Level 2 Pro membership package plan, you also have access to all of these top-notch tutorial classes in one place once you subscribe to become a member. So you want to make sure that you take this benefit and see how you can stand ahead of others to take your win to the next level. But if you become a member of the Level 3 Master, you also have access to the Level 3 Master classes. This will give you top-notch tutorial classes like the excellent corner kick strategy reviewed step by step, the top secret AI tool we use to find games in terms of goal probability and straight wins, the game changer corner kick strategy that reveal the top secret site we use to find games in terms of corner kick to include in our sleep, the 6 amazing AI tool you can use, and the home and away win match prediction strategy explained step by step, and the 2.5 goal strategy you can use to beat the bookies and win even more. These are top tutorials for Level 3 Masters, and once you enroll to this membership package plan, you can watch all of these tutorials in one place and start to use the skills and strategy we have explained to take your win to the next height. Also, if you come here to the front page of our channel here, at the section titled as a video tab and click on it directly, you also notice that we have provided some tutorials which you can watch for free. For example, we have this one we just recently published that we title it as you can see here, the betting tips, the 4 secret soccer betting tips that will amaze you to make consistent win. We have shared some of the top tips you want to take advantage of it, which we have explained in this video tutorial. This will give you all that you need to understand the secret tips that you never knew existed before. We have even more. The more you scroll across this page on the video tab section, you're going to discover even more tutorials that we have for free, which we have shared to everyone. For example, we have this one here, which is another one, the top 5 soccer prediction apps compared. We have compared some of the features of the top 5 soccer prediction apps you can use at your advantage. The more you scroll across here, you even see even more, which we have listed here on the video tab section. For example, we have this one here. We have titled it as the expert tip for picking winning soccer match, which we have explained some of the expert tip you can use at your advantage and see how you can take your skills of bet at the next level. We have another one here. We have titled it as the 5 hidden Sofascore features to make more win bet. Of course, here we have explained some of the hidden features of Sofascore you never knew existed before, which you can take advantage of it and see how you can implement the strategy and tips we have explained to see how you can benefit from it to take your win also to the next level. So the more you scroll across this page, you're going to see even more tutorials for free. And so without wasting time, let's look at the first game we have to share with you today. So looking at the first event, we are looking at Scotland in the Premiership. We are looking at Celtic against St. Mirren in this event, of course. Looking at the performance of Celtic in the recent event they've had, they proved to be very offensive. Scoring 3, 5, and 3 in the recent gameplay proved that the offensive strength, especially when they come at home, is very good. But if we look at that of St. Mirren, they also proved that they score at least between 2 goals and 2 goals in each event. But the performances in terms of the conceding strength is not very tight as compared to Celtic. Looking at this tournament, they are coming to meet, and for this, of course, we want to look at the performance in terms of the recent gameplay they have had by home and away. And looking at the performance of Celtic at home by the recent performance, you're going to see that they have a very high scoring strength. They've had 5 games recently at home, having a 4-win, scoring 18 and conceding 6. The offensive strength is good. Defense is also at least average. And but if we look at that of St. Mirren, on the other hand, which also have the capacity to score and concede, you can see that when they go at away, the defensive line is not very tight. They have conceded 7 goals and scored 7 in 5-game play at away. And looking at everything in place, we are looking at 2 major picks here in full time. For this gameplay, of course, we are expecting goal probability. Since the home have a very high occurring strength in terms of goal scoring, and the away defense is not very tight when they go at the way, of course, the away also have a high striking performance at home, but this time it is going at the way. They will still want to impress. And because both of the two sides want to impress to increase their strike rate, shoot on and off target, we're expecting the probability of goals. At least 1.5 goal is our major pick here in full time, or 2 goals over. Looking at the next, we're looking at Czech Republic in the under-19 league. We are looking at Sparta Prague U19 and Sigma Olukmuk U19. In this event, the performance of Sparta Prague in the recent event, they've had proof how offensive they are, scoring at least 2 goals in each event. You can see it's 2, 2, 2, and 3, and 4. But if we looked at that of its opponent, Sigma Olukmuk, on the other hand, they do concede very much with a weak defensive line. They recently had a game against Liberec, they concede 6. Against Sofascore, they concede 3. But of course, the home team Sparta Prague also had a game with Sofascore, they beat it 2-0. To prove that, of course, if they could beat Liberec 3-0, for which Liberec was able to beat the away team up to 6 goals, then there is still a possible chance of Slava Prague to beat Sigma Olukmuk, and also the probability of goals. If we look here at the stand performance in terms of the recent event they have had, in terms of the form by the home and away, Sparta Prague at home have proved to be very offensive. Of course, you can see they sit on the first place here. They've had 5-game play on 5 lead, scoring 13, conceding 1 as a high offense and defense. But if we look at that of its opponent, Sigma Olukmuk, on the other hand, they prove that in terms of the away strength, they are not very tight in defense, and the offense is just average. And looking at everything in place, we're expecting 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the performance of both sides are good in the striking rate. But of course, home, Sparta Prague proved very offensive. And since the away team concede more when they go at the way, just as we have seen as they had the game against Liberec, and of course they concede too much, we are looking at the fact that since the home was able to beat Liberec with a high amount of goal, that is a probable chance of goal probability. So in this event, we are expecting 1.5 goal in full time, or 2 goals over as our major pick here, since goal probability is the main occurrence. So 1.5 goal or 2 goals over is our major pick. Looking at the next here, we are looking at Germany in the regional Liga Bayern. In this event, we are looking at Buchbach against Hankofen-Hailing. Buchbach have proved to be offensive in the recent event they've had, scoring 5, 1, and 2 in each event. But if we look at its opponent, on the other hand, they do concede very much with a weak defensive line. They are not very tight. The recent game they had was against Hofburger Kickers, where they concede 5. But of course, the home proved that they are better. They had a game against Hofburger Kicker. They had a lead 1-0 to prove that they also have the possibility of scoring more goals against the away team. Looking at the stand performance by the strength they have recently had, the form of the home in terms of recent event have shown that they sit on a good place. You can see here in terms of the home performances, they sit here at the 3rd place. They recently had 5 games with 3 leads, scoring 10, conceding 5. That's an offense, which proved to be good with the defense. That is at least not too bad. But if we look at that of Hankofen, on the other hand, they prove that the defensive line is not very tight when they go at the way, conceding 14 goals in just 5-game play, to prove that the defensive line is weak. So look at the home to take advantage of the weak defensive line of the away Hankofen, and as a result, we expect 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, we expect the probability still of goals, 1.5 goal, 2 goals over, as well as the possibility of the home to take the lead. Since the defensive line of the away is very weak, giving advantage for the home to score more and the away to concede more. So 1.5 goal is one of our major pick. 2 goals over is the next, as well as the home to lead. This is our major pick for this particular event in full time. Looking at the next year, we look at Germany in the Oberliga Bayern South. We are looking at Pipinsried against Kottern-St. ST Mang. In this event, the home Pipinsried have proved to be very good, scoring 2, 6, and 3, and 2 in the recent event they've had in the OB Liga itself. That of its opponent, Kottern-St Mang, have proved that the defensive line is not very tight and they do concede a high amount of goals. Recent game performance have proved that both the home, that is the home especially, proved to be very offensive. When they come at the home, they sit on the second place. They have recently had 5 game play, all the 5 wins, scoring 15, conceding 3. That's a good offense and defense. But if we look at that of his opponent, on the other hand, you're going to notice that the away team, when they go at the way, prove that the defensive line is not very good, even though they score at least 8 goals, but the defense is weak. And as a result, we expect goal probability here, so we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, we are looking also at goal probability. 1.5 going full time or 2 goals over is our major pick here. These are our 2 major picks for this event. Looking at the next, we looked at Germany in the Bundesliga. We are looking at Dortmund against Holstein. In this event, Dortmund, the home, have proved to be very good. They had games against Buchbach, against Borussia Mönchengladbach and Barcelona in the Champions League recently, all the lead having a high striking rate. But that of Holstein, on the other hand, is not as offensive as that of Dortmund. They are coming for this competition and looking at the stand performance based on the recent event they have had for the Bundesliga. The home Dortmund have proved to be the one to lead this table. They sit on the first place. They've had 5 game play, 4 lead, scoring 16, conceding 4. That's a high offense and defense. But if we look at that of its opponent, Holstein, on the other hand, you'll notice that Holstein sit right at the 8th place, as you can see, 5 game play with 2 lead, scoring 7 and conceding 6. The offensive strength of Holstein at away is not very good, but Dortmund at home is very offensive. And since the defensive line of Holstein when they go at away is not very tight, we expect 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, we expect Dortmund, the home team, to lead as one of the major picks. As well as since it has performed very greatly in the recent event they have had, we also expect the probability of Dortmund to lead, that is, and also 1.5 going full time or 2 goals over. So we are looking at 2 major picks here. 1, the probability of Dortmund to lead. 2, at least 1.5 goals or 2 goals over is our major pick for this event in full time. Looking at the next, we looked at Bundesliga of Germany, this time Hoffenheim against Bayern Munich. In this event, of course, the performance of Bayern Munich in the recent event they have had at the way proved to be good. Scoring 3, scoring 4, scoring 2. At least in each game played, they score at least between 2 to 3 and even 4 goals in each event. But Hoffenheim, the home, have proved that in terms of the recent event they've had, the conceding power have been good. They had a game against Dortmund where they conceded 3. Mainz is a weaker team. They had a lead against Mainz. Hoffenheim, of course, you can see Buchbach, they had a draw for which Bayern Munich beat Buchbach with a high amount of goals in terms of the recent event they've had. As you can see here, against Buchbach, Bayern Munich lead 3 against 1. These two are coming to meet, and to prove that the stand performance in terms of these two comparison, Bayern stand a better place. Here they sit at the first place at the weight table. They recently had 5 games with 3 leads, 2 draws, scoring 14, conceding 6. That's a high offense and defense, which is not very tight. But if we look at that of the home in terms of the recent event they have had, you will notice that Hoffenheim is not very good in the stand, that is in the defensive line when they go at home, and also the offensive strength is not very good. But since Bayern Munich, on the other hand, have a very high offensive strength, we are expecting 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, of course, we are looking at Bayern Munich, and as well as that is both of the two sides combined goal to be at least between 1.5 goal or 2 goals over. So we'll look at goal probability. 1.5 goal in full time is one of the major pick. 2.5 goal is the next pick. And of course, to those of you who want to have access to even more games, then you want to make sure that you subscribe to the Level 2 Pro membership package plan to have access to all our hand pick events, especially our top event pick, which we share to members only, as well as the top-notch tutorial classes for you to have access to this, to take your winning to the next level, and also with huge odds. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video. You want to make sure to navigate that link, see how you can become a member also as other people are doing, to take advantage of our handpick event, which are the toppest, to see how you can make best selection from the list we give to you, to find at least your own odds between 5 to 10 to boost your winning by a greater percent. We also provide match prediction in terms of corner kicks with huge odds, which you can take advantage of it. Of course, all these are for members only. And to those of you who want to join, the link is below this video. Good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye-bye for now.